everyone.
Hello.
I'm Emmy.
I'm Ollie.
And welcome to our newly named channel, Rides and Ryders.
I can't make it appear up here. I don't know.
We could. I could edit it in. That might be testing my skills though, to be fair. We're newly named because we got married. Oh yeah, the whole ring. We got married and we are going on our honeymoon.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah, we got married in October 2024. It is now August 2020. I was going to say 2025.
25.
And we are going to Orlando in how many days now?
5, I want to say.
Yeah, so...
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See, because Emmy is still working right up until the night that we leave to go to the airport hotel, she's sort of counting it as probably maybe 6. We fly next Friday, but we are having our sort of... 6
days till we fly, but 5 days until, because going to the airport hotel counts as the start of holiday.
Totally.
Right? So we're pretty much ready to go, so we thought we would just film a little video, little intro to the new channel, because I've had my channel for a while and used to do like my vlogs on my own, but now that we're married, thought might as well share the channel, I guess.
Good. Good of you. How generous.
We've got a new camera for it.
After all the rigmarole that we had to go through to
went
get
through
it.
a lot. It took some time to get here, but we have a DJI Osmo Pocket 1, so a very old one, that we're gonna see how it goes and try and use. We are still playing around with the camera really. You know a bit more about it than I do. It looks like a good picture. Yeah. We tested the sound previously and it sounded pretty good, so you'll have to bear with us while we figure that out. Yeah. By the time we're in Orlando, whatever gets filmed, doesn't it?
And if you are so generous enough to give us your time and watch it, then thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you give us lots of your time and watch it, maybe we'll be able to upgrade to the new DJI.
Yeah. So our itinerary then is...
Let me get my spreadsheet up. How long have I been keeping this spreadsheet?
I think it was almost in tandem with the wedding.
Yeah, I think I had it at the same time as the wedding spreadsheet.
The wedding spreadsheet.
So I don't think there's anything incriminating on here. Or any personal details rather than incriminating. This is like my spreadsheet with all the days and everything. And what we'll be doing. Mm-hmm. So we fly on Friday the 15th of August. Mm-hmm. We've got a nice early flight at 8:20 from London Heathrow Airport. Like I say, we're staying in a hotel the night before, so we'll have to be up early, but not as early as we would have had to be up if we were travelling from home. So that was quite nice.
That is nice. And we have access to Number One Lounge, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I think it's Number One Lounge. We booked that because we thought, basically, as we go through what we're doing, it's our honeymoon and we've gone literally all out.
We really have. There's lots of very excessive stuff that we're probably never ever going to do again, really, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. You've got to go all out, right? Yeah. And on that note, we do have Mickey and Minnie bride and groom ears that we maybe have to wear from the word go at the airport to try and get as much free stuff as we can. Why not? So we fly on that day and then we land around just after 1 o'clock, I think it should be. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've never really done one that arrives that early. Last time we both went, we arrived in quite late in the evening, didn't we?
Linked to that vlog series.
Yeah, we'll put that. It's not as good as this one's going to be, just to know. This one's going to be better. We arrived quite late, so you didn't get to do anything. So this time we'll have half a day to go into. We're going straight to Universal. We're staying at Dockside, and
which is where we stayed before as well. And we really loved it. I mean, I think consider it's the budget hotel, it's still really, really nice.
Oh, it's lovely. But although, nothing against Surfside, but we're both Surfside, no. We need to stay
it's like a sort of unspoken sort of rivalry type thing, I think, even though it's the exact same type of hotel.
It's exactly the same. But we loved it there last time, so we thought, why not? We stay there again. So we are going to... I've just jumped straight into flying rather than saying we're doing 4 days at Universal, and then we are doing 10 days at Disney. So that's how our time is split. So we will fly in. We're going to test out the queue jumping app at MCO.
See how that goes.
We'll see how that goes, and then we'll be over to Dockside. And once we're checked in, we've then got half a day to go into Studios or Islands of Adventure. I think we said we're going to go to Islands.
We're probably going to do Islands of Adventure, yes. So just see what we... I mean, we won't run you through every single thing that we're planning to do every single day, but that's sort of the start of it. And then over the next couple of days, try and fit in as much as we can on the Saturday and Sunday of Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, because then on the Monday,
On the Monday,
we are off to Epic Universe just for the one day, and there will be so many vlogs that tell you physically cannot do Epic Universe in one day. We were very lucky that we have an express pass. Again, like we said, we really have
gone all
splashed
out.
out. It was quite surprising, though, when we're hearing about some of the costs of Express at the minute. I don't know whether when we're going it's going to be the start of the quieter-ish season, well, fingers crossed, but when most American schools would have gone back to school. So ours was not, relatively speaking, too bad. Again, not every single ride is covered in it, which I can understand some people may be having grievances with, but we are just going to try our absolute best to make sure that we are planning accordingly with, and we'll fit in as much as we can. Will we be able to sort of take everything in as much as we would like to? Probably not, but then we are just going to maximise the amount of time that we've got. We know exactly what we've got planned. Yeah. Some key things we want to hit. You want to meet Toothless.
I want to meet Toothless so badly. I might cry. I might cry.
And I just want to ride Monsters Unchained as many times as is physically possible.
I just spend as much time in that land as possible,
Yeah.
I think, in the evening.
Yeah.
Although it likely won't be dark when we go, because the park opens at 10 and closes at 8, which is very weird. I do think it's something to do with us going, because we're going at the end of August, so mid to end of August, when the US schools are back. It won't be quiet because obviously summer anyway, and other schools and everything, and I don't think it's ever quiet anymore. But hopefully that will help us out a little bit. Ollie is a teacher, so we are sort of limited on when we can go. We've just got to make the best of it, which is why we've got that express pass. Yeah. So that, I think, just so we're not rushing around and we're not going to see everything, but we can take our time with the things that we really want to do, as opposed to before we thought, oh my God, we are going to be running around. We're going to do like 3 rides. I'm going to be exhausted because I do tend to get a little bit hangry, a little bit grumpy when my feet hurt and I'm tired. You know how to deal with it very well.
Thank you. We have got the opportunity for so much food and so many times to sit down, though. Basically everywhere we are going.
I saw someone say,
we'll be good.
Your Orlando trip is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
Which I was like, yeah, that's right. Like, you don't want to just go and ruin the whole thing for yourself. Like, you would be able to do that without ruining it for yourself, because you're just like the friggin' Energizer Bunny. But I would ruin it for myself. I know when we went on our last trip, like after a night at Halloween Horror Nights, I was dead on my feet. Yeah. So that's kind of our time at Universal. So,
and then on Tuesday the 19th of August is when we will head over to All Star Sports.
We will head into the Disney bubble, and we are staying at All Star Sports for 10 nights?
10 nights.
Don't know if it's 10 days or 10 nights.
We don't know where we are staying in it yet. I mean, we are hoping, because we are both quite big NFL fans, we're hoping for the touchdown zone, not just because of that as well, it's because it is one of the closest sections to the hotel entrance, and so to the buses and things like that. Failing that, we have put in preferred for the baseball one, not that either of us like baseball, but it is next to the touchdown zone, and it might in theory be the quieter one
it's
as
next
well.
to the adult pool, isn't it?
You know, we don't know about that, but it is just really exciting, because I have actually just realised I have never stayed on Disney property when we've been to Florida.
No, because last time we went together, we stayed at Universal. We were only there for a week. We stayed at Universal, and the only day we had at Disney was Mickey's Not So Scary, which we just got an Uber across for. So, you'll love it. It's so good. We've got a quick service dining plan, which we were able to upgrade to. There was an offer on when we booked. So rather than getting just the basic like quick service where you get, I think, 1 quick service, 1 snack, we upgraded to the one above it where you get 2 quick service meals and a snack per day, and you get your resort mug, so you can refill that at any resort, which we're very excited about, because we will be having a resort day as well. So we'll be trying all the drinks and everything, and all the food and snacks, and keeping you updated on that.
And we are, over just like the next few days before we go, gonna have to do some serious thinking, just because the menus for Mickey's Not So Scary, which we are doing as well, we have costumes, so you'll have to wait and see what those are.
They're really cute.
We are, I would say, we are animal sidekicks, but I won't say whose or from what film. It was bad enough that they released the menus for Mickey's Not So Scary and all the really exciting and interesting things, some of which you can have.
Yes,
which is really good. So I am not limited by anything, which is worse if anything, because I have to make my decisions, but sadly you.
Yeah, I have a gluten intolerance where I can kind of like, I kind of know what I can and can't have. Like cross-contamination doesn't bother me. I'm very lucky in that respect. And like, I don't know, things like loaded fries, there might be a little bit of something in sauce that it usually doesn't bother me. So I'm kind of, well, I don't need to do that much research because for that reason, I'm used to doing my research and I'm pretty much already done. The spreadsheet has a food page on it where I know like my snacks I want to get and stuff like that. But you are just kind of overwhelmed with choice.
A little bit. And all the options that there's now in Disney Springs as well, which there's so many, and it is just very, very exciting.
I'm very excited to go to Erin McKenna's bakery, which is 100%. It's like everything free. It's like gluten-free, vegan, kosher. They've got like Halloween donuts and stuff, so it's quite nice that that's nice and inclusive, whereas I might not be able to have all the sweet treats everywhere else. I know I can have that, so that's very exciting.
So yeah, as mentioned as well, obviously we're doing Mickey's Not So Scary, which is going to be really exciting.
How far into our Disney stay is that?
Sure,
it's not that far,
actually.
Is it? We get there on we move
19th.
to Disney on the Tuesday the 19th, and then we go, because we went back and forth about what day we wanted to do like 50 times, didn't we? Yeah. I didn't know what day was best. It's a bit further in. It's on the 26th of August, Tuesday the 26th. We've got Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yes. A few other really exciting things that we've got planned. We are going to Tusker House for the character breakfast.
The character buffet breakfast.
At Animal Kingdom, which I've never been to. It didn't exist the last time I was
my
in.
favourite park. I'm so excited.
So that's going to be really exciting. We are being quite fancy smancy and going to Le Cellier, which is in the Canada Pavilion in Epcot. It's probably going to be the most expensive dinner we ever have in our entire lives. So we are just, as we said, it's our honeymoon. We are going all out.
Well, I don't know, till our next Disney trip when we try somewhere else fancy.
Also, something that I probably would have, if it weren't our honeymoon, looked at the price of and gone, absolutely not, no way, but it is our honeymoon, probably never going to do anything like this ever again. I am booked in to do Savi's workshop, which in Galaxy's Edge, which is building your own lightsaber. Yay. And it's a proper sort of ceremony deal. And I've seen just little bits on YouTube because I don't want to spoil it and know everything that happens. But what the really exciting thing as well is that you get to come as well.
I get to come and
she
watch.
She doesn't get to make a lightsaber, but you get to watch.
I can film everything you get up to, all the special bits. I can film you crying.
Probably. Yeah, there'll probably be a lot of emotions. Yeah. I think in this is because it is going to be so special. We are then going to August Cantina afterwards as well. I cannot imagine that it's going to be a one and done in August Cantina. I'm guessing we're probably going to go there maybe a couple of times. I don't know.
While we're away?
Yeah.
Well, we've only got one reservation.
I know we only have one reservation, but they do accept walk-ins. We'll see.
On the subject of Animal Kingdom as well, we are going to go to Nomad Lounge. I forgot the name of it for a second.
Of course, sorry.
They have the gluten-free churros, which I'm very excited about.
Which people say are just the best churros full stop.
Yeah.
So that is really exciting.
And I love a churro, and I'm so sad that I can't have them anymore. So that would be really exciting. We'll be able to have some nice drinks and stuff there as well. Yeah. So we've kind of mapped out all of the food. Well, I've certainly mapped out all the food I want to have. I think you have a general idea.
A general idea. Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, now normally, obviously, the last but one day is the last day is itself tinged with sadness, I think, but even especially the last full day that you are there, because it is obviously the feeling of it's all coming to an end. That, however,
before you start, let me set the scene. Okay. Halloween Horror Nights. We went in 2023 for the first time ever, and we absolutely fucking loved it. And we were really, really, really hoping that the first night, as crazy and chaotic and busy as it is, would land like on our last night or something that we could go to. And so you can imagine we fly back on
the 29th.
Friday the 29th, land home on Saturday the 30th. Yeah. You can imagine how sad we were that the start date is Friday the 29th. So the night that we fly home, we could not go. So we were very sad for a very long time. Until...
So last year, for Halloween Horror Nights 33, it was announced quite late on that they would do a thing called the Premium Scream Night, which is where it is a much smaller capacity. You are pulsed through the houses rather than a big sort of conga line. The food is all free, all the non-alcoholic beverages are free. It is significantly more expensive, but the whole point of it is you are paying for guaranteed that you will get into every single house, see every show, and it's just going to be, and it's just going to be a lot quieter. It was interesting at the time because it didn't do brilliantly. However, all the vloggers and people who we watch and people who experience this literally said it is the best night of HHN they've ever had. And the key part here being, and they will never do it again because of how poorly it did.
We were asking, like, every time you would do the Universal chat to try and sort something out, you would say, oh, I don't know if you'd happen to know, and they would never give anything away. Like,
but it was interesting because they never, like, as you literally just said, they never gave anything away, but they never said no.
No, we were asking, what's his face, Chad, the HHN social media guy, never anything. And we were like, oh, I don't know, surely it's happening. Oh, maybe it's not. And then they announced it. So we have our tickets for that, which is going to be amazing. I think, like you say, it's very expensive. Yeah. Last time we went, we were lucky enough that we bought a frequent flyer pass. That's what it was called, right? So we were able to go 4 nights, and we had express on actual Halloween, which was amazing. Yeah.
And technically, as well, that pass that we had, we could have gone for a lot more dates, but because obviously being a teacher, we weren't able to.
The UK, we were only there for a week. So I think, like, if we had, you know, if we could go any time and do whatever we wanted, we would probably choose that over paying so much for premium Scream Night. Yeah. But with it being the only one night we could do, there was no option really. That was the only choice, and we were obviously going. So we are doing that. Very
excited. And just very, very quickly before we go into our hype lists, which is a very popular thing for big fans of Halloween Horror Nights to do, we are squeezing in just a little bit of Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, which is also on that Thursday the 28th is when it starts. So that is going to be very exciting
I
as well.
have always wanted to go to Food and Wine, and my expectations are very low because I've heard that it's very, very busy, lots of queues for food. So while it's also the same day we're doing Premium Scream Night, we don't want to be there too long and tire ourselves out. Yeah, so it's going to be
because we're old.
A huge nap. So whatever we can get to eat or drink there will be amazing, but it's nice that we're squeezing that in as well just before we go. Is it hype list time?
Hype list time.
Oh, I can't even remember what mine is. This year's really weird. The first time we went, like, there was really big ones for me that I was really, really excited about, like Stranger Things and The Last of Us, because we were so into watching those at the time. But this year I've not really got anything, not that I'm not excited, don't get me wrong, but I've not got anything that's like that big thing for me. So when I was sitting and looking at my hype list, I was like, I don't have a clear number one. So I just kind of worked through them and ranked them. So not to say I'm not excited. I'm very, very excited for everything overall, which is almost feels quite nice in a way, because I can just go in and be surprised by things. But I have tried to order them.
No. I would say as well, I am very happy with the 2 years that we will have gone. No disrespect to last year's, but there was nothing there.
It's just bitter that we couldn't go last year.
Well, no, I was sad that, we were doing the far more important thing of getting married, but there was nothing there, with the exception of Ghostbusters. And even though we were told just how scary the Insidious house was, there was nothing else that really I looked at and thought, oh, I'm so gutted that I'm missing that. Whereas when we went for the first time, it could not have been more perfect in terms of everything that was there. It just appealed to every single sort of thing of horror that I liked. And now they're doing the exact same with this year. It's far more cohesive with its overall theming, and everything is tied together. And there is something for everybody.
Okay.
Did you want to start off with...
What are we starting with?
Shall we just do scare zones and houses? Should we start with a mixture of street experiences and scare zones?
Oh, I've done them separate.
Oh, that's fine then. Do you want to do street experiences separate then?
Yeah, okay. So my number... I'm like...
Number two, because there's only 2 of them.
As
it stands, by the way, just because very quickly, there was still a heavily implied rumour for a long time that there'll be another Meghan meet and greet.
Oh my gosh.
So, potentially.
That was like such a thing on our first time at HHN. We kept missing the Meghans. And then like go back and watch the video, because this lovely cast member, I traded a Meghan friendship bracelet with her and she gave me one back. And then she told us, like, just wait 15 more minutes.
Yeah,
and
it was very
like they're
nice
coming back. So we got to see them, which was amazing.
And then the other thing is Universal Studios Japan has its own mascot effectively called Hamikuma, who is a very sort of... I can't remember the specific term for it, but it's something the Japanese love doing, which is combining the cute and disgusting at the same time.
Like you.
Thank you. And he is just this great big fluffy teddy bear with sort of a hanging out eyeball and his guts are spilling out of his tummy. And he is supposedly coming as well. So there could be those two things as well. But in terms of things that are actually confirmed, we probably got them exactly the same, I imagine. But go for
my
it.
number 2 out of 2 is Club Horror.
Yes.
I don't really know what they're going to involve. So I'm excited to see, because street experiences is a whole new thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
And it could literally just be a DJ with some dancers.
I'll take it.
And playing, hopefully, like a good mixture of music,
Yeah.
really. So that would be
it.
ideal. But then our joint number one is Mel's Die-In Zombies.
Yes.
For those who don't know, there is Mel's Drive-In, which is a restaurant from American Graffiti, the film George Lucas did a long time before Star Wars. And it's just a very iconic site that at Halloween Horror Nights itself, it changes to Mel's Die-In.
Yeah, they turn the lights off. And the year we went, they didn't turn the lights off to make it Mel's Die-In. And people complained so much that then they had to do it. So they obviously know how much people love it and have gone all out on it.
Yeah, and this is going to involve roller skaters, like the classic. I know there's a term for them. It's not bellhop because that's in a hotel, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't remember what it is.
But yeah, there's going to be plenty of those. I imagine very sort of 1950s zombies dressed up in that sort of like jock jackets and things like that. But it should be really fun, and they are merching the heck out of it already. So I think they know that it's going to be popular because it's such an iconic site. Shall we do scare zones then?
Scare zone. I feel like our scare zones are going to be either the same or very similar order. I know our number one's the same, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We haven't actually told each other what our orders are.
But we didn't need to for the scare zones.
I think
for the number one scare zone anyway.
Yeah. So my number 4 is the Mutations Toxic 20s.
Interesting.
Oh God, I feel like I've forgotten everything that I've read about all of them. And again, like anything at the bottom is not what I like, not to say I'm not excited for it. Yeah. It's just like, it's just not at the top. I'm not as excited as it for the others. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean.
It's all exciting. Yeah. Any of these could go from bottom to top. Not with the scare zones. Scare zones, there is one clear definitive winner. Yes. The houses could go either way.
But I think we've seen pictures of them starting to build things as well, and I do think the Mutations one looks really cool, like the setup they've got for it. So again, not to say I'm not excited for it, it's just when I was listing them out, that came at the bottom.
Anything sort of mob and mafia based is really cool in my opinion, and it's in New York as well, which could be a more perfect setting for me. And I kind of regret this because of how different it is now. It would be Origins of Horror, which is the opening scare zone, which for a few years has taken a bit of a beating, because I had read that because Illuminations and Minion Land takes up the majority of that street, that there was some sort of deal that they were not allowed to build down there. However, now there is stuff all up and down it and to the right, and so I am slightly regretting putting it at the bottom now, because I think it might actually end up being really, really fun, and it's themed to the overall arting thing with the conservatory and El Artista. There are going to be big statues of the main characters from each of the IP houses as well to look at. I don't know.
You know so much more than I do.
I don't know what's going to be roaming around there. Imagining gargoyles and I think the crows, which are mostly a Hollywood HHN Hollywood staple, are going to be there as well. And the big HHN sort of band, which is going to be turquoise this year instead of red. So that is something different. Yeah. I was mostly banking on it being the small one again and not feeling too bad on it. I'm putting it that low.
You were wrong.
but I was wrong. But then I think tying into that, my third would be Mutations.
My third is Origins of Horror.
Yeah, I thought that one.
Yeah, that's why I said they're either going to be the same or very similar. And I think for me it is because it's that like almost like the overarching encapsulates everything is why I'm more excited for it than Toxic 20s. But like only ever so slightly. But it's kind of like you say, after everything you've said, that's sort of grown in excitement. It's going to be because Dr. Oddfellows, whichever scare zone that was the year we went, was in that location, and it felt very small.
It did.
Not much to it. It was amazing. We met Dr. Oddfellow a couple of times, and we loved that man.
Gave him a friendship
bracelet. We got a selfie with him, but it felt very small and like, dunno, it just wasn't quite as immersive as the other one.
The man had so much charisma there.
Oh my God.
He filled up that
What
space.
a guy. What a guy. But yeah, that's my number 3. And yours is Toxic 20s.
Mine is Toxic 20s. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's the mafia, it's New York. There's the potential to have. I think that one's really going to play up the humour. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for things to be a bit silly and a bit fun. Will it be better than Vamp 69 when we were there? I don't think so. But then I don't know. You never know.
It'll be interesting as well. I think the scare zones will be a lot quieter on premium screen night, so you might get we had a few little interactions. We had a really good one in the Jungle of Doom one
again with
Dr. Oddfellow, which was really fun. So hopefully we'll get a few more of those. Sometimes you walk through and you don't hit any of them because they're busy with other people, so that should be good.
I don't even need to look at the list for this one. Our joint number 2 then is...
Are we saying at the same time? We haven't planned anything. Our number 2 is Masquerade Dance of Death.
Yeah, I mean, it's vampires. But one thing that's really interesting is anyone who knows me, obviously if you're new to the blog you won't, but I'm just saying in my personal life, people saying, what could possibly top vampires? But we'll get to that in a minute. And it just looks like it is a classic sort of vampire ball. There is a scene in, I believe it's season 1, it must be season 1, of the Interview with the Vampire TV series, which if you haven't seen, it's not a zone that's based on that, but if you want to do your homework, you should absolutely watch that episode in particular where they throw a great big party in New Orleans and they're all dressed up. It starts out as sort of a vampire masquerade ball, but then as the night progresses, the masks come off and then they try and get. I've seen already that there's a tower of glasses, which I can only assume is going to be blood coming in. Which it's vampires. Vampires are hot. It's going to be great.
It's true.
I don't know. The only thing that still is a bit of a mystery is everyone's sort of saying they're not sure sort of what time period it's going to be. I think because it's Masquerade, they are all going to be very dressed up, quite Georgian, classic-y. Yeah. But that's just my theory. I could be completely wrong, but that one's going to be exciting.
It's going to be really, really good. So I think anyone that knows us then will find it no surprise that our joint number 1 is the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Which I'm so excited about. We've seen lots of pictures of them setting up for it, and it looked cool enough in the first place where it's done up for trick-or-treating, pumpkins in the trees, lots of cool stuff all along the fences and everything. And then they started adding all the cat stuff. So then they started adding giant balls of yarn and scratchers and feather wands and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the story as well, that these naughty trick-or-treaters get turned into cats by the witch who lives at Creek. I mean, I was sold by the title.
Oh yeah, as soon as we saw it, we were like, that's going to be it, isn't it?
And they have just added, because a lot of people's complaints about the Central Park Zone is that it could get very cramped in there. So I think we are very lucky that we are going to experience it probably in its absolute best format with the pumpkins in the trees, like you were saying. At night, that area zone is going to look fantastic. It is almost an outdoor house. It's that detailed and they put that much effort into it. It looks stunning.
Have you seen the latest update of the Cat Lady's house?
Yes, with the cauldron and the grave.
And the grave, she's literally got a graveyard.
It just, for us being cat people, it ticks all of our boxes.
Yeah.
It's so classic Halloween as well.
Yeah,
it's classic Halloween looking.
I'm even taking my pair of cat ears that I wore to the Eras tour, because how could I not? Okay.
So onto the main course then, there's the houses, which I am imagining are going to be quite different for the two of us.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very different.
Ladies first.
My number 10 then is Fallout. And again, not to say that I am not excited, because I am. I didn't know anything about Fallout until it was announced, and then I've never played the game or anything, but we sat and watched the Amazon Prime series after it was announced and really enjoyed that. So I am looking forward to it, but it just doesn't strike me as something like horror. I don't know, it's more like is sci-fi the right term? I don't know, but it's not like that kind of outright horror to me, like where you've got your Terrifier, Friday the 13th. So
Jason Universe.
Sorry. It just doesn't have that same feel to me, but that makes me really interested to see how they are going to do it as like a walkthrough house that's supposed to be scary and everything. So I am really interested to see what they do. I think the theming will be amazing and I think it will be really good, but I'm hoping it's one that's going to surprise me more than anything.
Okay. So my number 10, and this is going to make people very upset, with me is Hatchet and Chain's Demon Bounty Hunters.
That makes me upset with you.
Now, don't get me wrong, I think the whole concept of Slaughter Cinema is really cool, and I am all for them constantly churning out whole houses based off of the little snippets of the ones in that house. But I was a bit like, seeing all the ones that they had in the house last year, of all of them, I was like, that one? I do think a big part of it is I am not a big Western person, and that is the big selling. I am sure, as they always do, it's going to look phenomenal and they're going to recreate it brilliantly, and I'm sure it could still be excellent. And like I said, this year, unlike when we went the first year, and this includes my number one, actually, I will say any of them could go top to bottom in terms of how good they could end up being.
We'll definitely have to do like a wrap up afterwards.
Oh, of course we
say
will.
what it was before and what it's changed to.
Yes.
Really interesting.
Okay,
my number 9 is, I don't actually know how to say it, Galkin?
Galkin,
wow. Monsters of the North. Okay. I don't know. Again, it's not, everything has to have a place. So something has to go 9th and 10th. I'm not excited. I think I just don't know what to expect from this one. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to look amazing. The artwork for it has got like what looks like the Northern Lights and stuff like that. I think it's going to be really cool. In 2 meanings of the word, I think it's going to be really nice to walk in there from the Orlando heat, because there's going to be like, looks like there's going to be snow and stuff like that. I think it just, I don't know, I just didn't, when I was reading what it was, get as much information from it as the other ones and know what to expect. But again, it's one that hopefully will surprise me.
Yeah. So my number 9 is Grave of Flesh, which, don't get me, I like the look of the monster on it, and I think if one of those is in my face, then yes, I will find it quite scary. My worry, and this is the thing, you do get some people who are very negative and people go in with expectations. I always go in with hope. A worry that I have about this house is it might be quite repetitive. So I love the idea that we are underground and people say you're really going to smell it and it might feel quite claustrophobic. You are at your funeral and you're trying to get to the afterlife without these things taking your flesh. You are dead, so I would argue, well, what more worries have you got? But I maybe prove very, very wrong. But yeah, that's the reason why I would put that bit further down is because I worry about how can they sustain that through a whole house.
I'm just laughing to myself about how different our lists are.
I love it.
I've put that in a very different position.
Okay.
My number 8 is Hatchet and Chain's Demon Bounty Hunters. I'm excited for this one because I love Red Dead Redemption, and it feels to me like the zombie Red Dead Redemption game that they did. So I'm looking forward to it in that sense. I love a bit of the. I'm not that big on the Wild West other than Red Dead Redemption, but I just fucking love Red Dead Redemption, so that's where my brain's at with it, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Yeah. My number 8 is Dolls. Let's Play Dead.
I've seen this. Again, our lists are very different, not to give anything away. I've seen this so low on other people's lists as well, and I don't understand.
I am still really excited for it. I think it has the potential to be like funny and scary at the same time. Also, just to address this, if you're one of those originals snobs out there who just turns their noses up at an IP just because it's not original, you're probably better off not watching this.
Don't get me send our audience away.
Well, no, I'm just saying it bothers me a little bit that there is a degree of snobbery to HHN Orlando, especially where people just are all about all the originals and the IPs come second. And the IPs can still be really great. Everyone.
I love that there's a mix. That's.
Oh no! It needs a mix.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the best part of it. Is that you get all these original things, but you get things that you know and love as well.
Yeah,
I think that works perfectly. Yeah. If it was all just original, brand new stuff, I don't think it would work quite the same. No. So
just for me, it might look like I'm hating on the originals. I don't. I'm just trying to say, give IPs a chance.
Just kidding. It doesn't. My number 7. Oh, I don't think you're going to like this. My number 7 is El Artista, Spanish Haunting. I don't know why. It's like, it's not low though, because I think I'm excited for everything. It's not that it's low and like everything's got to have a place.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think the stuff that the convention they had where they announced it was really cool. And if it's just going to build on that, it's going to be amazing. I think the story sounds amazing. I just wasn't as excited for it as some of the other things that I read about, but I am really looking forward to that one as well. I think it's going to look so cool.
My number 7 then is the first of the IPs on my list, and that is Fallout.
So it's your lowest IP as well?
Yes, it is. Again, partly for some of the reasons that you said, that it's not doesn't scream horror. I would say one of the locations that you get to go to is the Try and Save, or whatever it's called, the supermarket.
Yes, I
with
get
all the
how
ghouls
that's gonna be scary.
when they get that could be quite. We have the gulper, the
That's
huge
the big thing in the water.
what they called
Axolotl.
axolotl. Yeah, I imagine
He was
that.
so cool. I want one as a pet.
Yeah, and I think as well the whole in the. Spoilers, by the way, for Fallout. At the very beginning of the series, when the people from the other vault come and raid and attack, it's pretty grim and violent. So I can imagine that bit being quite good and intense.
Yeah.
I think it's probably why I put it a bit higher than those other things. I think it's going to be one I enjoy more than necessarily just being scared by.
I think in my head, I'm comparing it a bit to, we had Dueling Dragons the last year that we went, which isn't something that you think of horror, scary. Mm-hmm. But it was really cool, and it still had things jumping out at you and surprising you. So I kind of feel it's not the same at all, but that kind of vibe where they're going to turn it into something that can still like exhilarate and scare you, even though it's not built for that in the first instance.
Yeah. Number 6.
My number 6 is Jason Universe. I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
Well, it should be higher than... No.
I'm really scared. Like, this big man, and I'm
several big men.
I'm a little bit nervous. Like, I feel like if he's just there, and I'm also wondering, like, Premium Scream Night, I feel like is going to be like last couple of nights when they go all out. I think they're going to be really excited to get going as well, the scare actors. So I'm just nervous. We did watch all of the Friday the 13th.
Everything except the remake.
And they're bad. They're just bad. Like they're so bad they're good. They're funny. I'm interested to see how they kind of balance that sort of funny, bad, but also really scary. I was fucking scary when we played the game, when that was working. Oh my god, the noises, the what is it? That. And then, I'm just a bit nervous. So I think it's going to be cool.
I'll save what I'm going to say on Jason for when I get to Jason. Yeah. My number 6, and this is one that has gone up and down, never past 5.
Like never higher than 5.
Never higher than 5.
Oh, I know what it is.
And I swear I didn't do this just to deliberately be like, haha, 6, because 6.
I knew it.
The horrors of WWE, the Wyatt 6. Now, I don't know whether part of it is my reservations, perhaps, on some of the things that WWE have done, or rather the people in charge of WWE have done of late. I love the concept of the Wyatt 6 and where it came from. I would say Bray Wyatt and The Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse was probably one of my favourite things I have ever seen in wrestling, ever. It was that good, so inventive and creative, and what he did before as well with his sort of Southern Bayou character as well. Obviously, tragically, Bray Wyatt no longer with us, but my big issue with the Wyatt Six is I love their little vignettes that I've seen where they, it's on scratchy recordings and they're wearing their masks and all of that, and their entrance. When they were first properly debuted, it literally looked like a Halloween Horror Nights house with the camera doing one shot when they'd taken everyone out in the gorilla position and things like that. That was really effective. When they actually wrestle, they sort of take their masks off and they don't really do anything particularly spooky. And I know that sounds like a very odd thing to have reservations about. And so the thing, I think, could it work? Yes, absolutely. It could be phenomenal. It could be really scary as well, I think. If at any point we walk through the actual Firefly Funhouse set and you hear the music, I will just freak out with just pure joy rather than being scared, because that's just going to be so exciting. But I'm having it at 6 just because it could go higher, but it also could go lower as well.
Well, that leads very nicely into my number 5, which is the Wyatt Six. So we are, or at least we were, very big wrestling fans. We actually met at an indie wrestling show, kind of at an indie wrestling show, kind of on Twitter DMs. So I watched wrestling growing up, and then I got back into it when I was a little bit older. And when there was like the rumours of the WWE house, but we didn't really know what it was going to be, and we were a bit like, ooh, what's this going to be? I don't understand.
Plenty of horrors of the WWE, not necessarily contained to the Wyatts.
But then kind of like when it was the Wyatt Six and thinking about Bray Wyatt, and we watched the documentary. What's it called?
Becoming Immortal.
And that made me really emotional. And I think like knowing that it's kind of a big tribute to Bray Wyatt and that he'd always wanted a house, like he tweeted something about wanting a house and saying like,
yeah.
oh, I'll meet you guys in the queue or whatever. So knowing all of that I feel like it has something behind it for me, and I'm really excited about it. Excited to see how they incorporate stuff that he's done. The Firefly Funhouse, we were like big into WWE at that point. That was really exciting, and I want to see all the like little puppet characters. I want to see if there's like an Alexa Bliss character in there. So I'm really excited for it. I think knowing that it's a tribute to him, and I just hope that it's something they've done really well, and he would have looked at it and gone, "This is fucking amazing. This is exactly what I want." So I've maybe stupidly got high hopes for it, but I think it's going to be good.
I think all of these are going to be excellent, no matter where they end up being on our rankings list. My number 5 is Jason Universe. So time, I will say off the bat, like we said, we've watched all the Friday the 13th. Jason, sorry, big guy, he is low on my list of sort of favourite iconic slashers. I mean, I think for me, you know, Michael and Freddy, Leatherface, they would just be above him. I'm sorry. And I think, as you said, a big part of that is
not Jason Gurley.
Not Jason Gurley, no. That being said, I do think he probably lends himself pretty nicely to having his own house.
I'm just imagining this big guy in a boiler suit
and
here, and I'm terrified.
And it's going to be in the Fast and Furious queue, which is terrifying enough in itself. There's going to be a variety of the Jasons as well, which is exciting.
Space Jason!
So I'm obviously hoping for Space Jason. And it's by the people who did Insidious last year, and
which was like the scariest
people
house
have said has been an incredibly intense and scary house. So I think that one could do really well.
I'm so
as well.
Scared. My number 4 is Terrifier. I don't like clowns. I'm a lot better with clowns than I used to be. I've had much exposure therapy, especially because someone over here likes Terrifier a lot. We also went to a clown haunted house at Fear in Bristol last year. I've done another clown haunted house as well. I just don't like them. I don't get it. Why do you hire a clown for a kid's party? They're not fucking funny. They're scary and creepy. So that and Friday the 13th I'm actually really scared about, which makes me excited as well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be gory, there's going to be smells, there's the wet and the dry path. I'm very excited but very scared, but that's why it's so high, because I'm like anxious and excited and scared, which is what you want from a house. So that's why it's high, even though I'm like, fuck, I hate clowns.
So my number 4 is Galkin, Monsters of the North.
Oh, wow, that's a lot higher than
mostly because I am just a big fan of anything sort of even vaguely Scandinavian, Norse. I just think that sort of whole mythology, and like you said as well, because it's going to be nice and cold in there. Anything in the snow is as close as not entirely as close as we're getting to a Christmassy house, because a certain other house is 100% having a Christmas section in it.
We had that in the Chucky house, didn't we?
We did, yeah, from what we could see of it. I think as well the fact that it sounds like the monsters, they all come together somehow, and we literally go into the belly of the beast. So I think we get eaten basically towards the end of this ride, towards the end of this house, and that just sounds exciting for me. And I think a big part of this is also, as much as I like Norse mythology and things like that, a big part of this is just the unknown. It's like, I don't know what's going to be in there, and that is quite exciting. You know, I don't know if it's going to be modern. I don't know if we're going to be in, because it was long rumoured that it was going to be something to do with Vikings. I don't know if Vikings are going to be around us or anything like that. So it's a big unknown, and that the sort of the mystery of that is what really intrigues me too as well. So that's why I've got it quite high up. Top 3.
Top 3, okay. I just put things on the list. Didn't even know where to put things. My number 3 is Dolls Let's Play Dead.
Oh, cool.
I don't understand why it's so low on people's lists. I just love the idea of like we're being shrunk down to doll size, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I just love the idea of that, and the immersion, and like creepy little girl and dolls. Like it kind of gives me Firefly Funhouse vibes.
Yeah.
And I just really love the idea of it. I also think I like the colour scheme of the poster.
And
like,
modern ones as well, not just... There is a classic Victorian doll's house in it, apparently, but it's more modern stuff as well, so that is gives it a little interesting twist.
Yeah,
I think.
I like, because I've been making friendship bracelets to trade on Premium Scream Night. So if anyone's going on Premium Scream Night and wants bracelets, find me. And I'll give you bracelets or trade you. Yeah, the colour scheme for it, I really enjoyed doing on my bracelet as well. So I'm really looking forward to that one, and how, like, I just think it's going to look really cool. I don't think I'm going to be as scared by it as I am the likes of Terrifier and Friday the 13th. So I'm going to keep calling it that because that's what it is. But I'm really looking forward.
Don't sue us, Sean Cunningham.
Really looking forward to that one.
My number 3 is El Artista, a Spanish haunting. The man responsible... cannot remember his name, so I do apologise, but the man responsible for making this did Blood Moon last year, and whilst it might not have been very high on my list of the ones I enjoyed from last year, you cannot deny it looked the best. It looked like you were in this small town. He also did Dead Man's Pier Winter's Wake, which also looked beautiful. So no matter what, this house is going to look beautiful. Apparently there are 3 facades, which for those people who don't know, it's the first thing you see as you come in and the first thing you walk through. How there are going to be 3 of them, I have no idea. It is the key point of the overall year that it's all themed to this troubled artist whose name I can't remember either, unfortunately.
Oh, I did know.
I know, it's really going to bug me. It is, sorry to use modern parlance, it is giving Haunted Mansion.
It's giving Haunted Mansion.
Because it just sounds like it's a ghost story, effectively, and it's about this troubled artist, Sergio.
His name's Sergio Navarro.
Just remembered before you even said it. Yes. And it just going through art coming to life. The effects, I don't mind so much when they've sort of said a little bit to get the appetite whetted type of thing. It's going to look like ghosts are walking through walls. There's going to be Pepper's ghost effect.
Well, now that you're saying all this and I'm remembering, I feel like I should have put it higher.
it just and probably quite scary as well, and a bit of House on Haunted Hill as well, Haunting of Hill House, which from the Netflix with that house looked incredible as well. And so, yeah, I just think the concept of it, just how gorgeous it's probably going to look, the artwork, how that's all going to come to life and things like that, how can that not work? You know, that I cannot see that slipping much further than where I have it at number 3, or potentially even going up higher.
My number 2, I think our number 2s are the same.
Oh.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I never really played the game back in the day when it first came out, but I'd watched some YouTubers play it. I've played it a little bit more recently.
11 years old as of a couple of days ago.
God, that's crazy. And I just love it. I loved the film. I love the creepy characters. I will say it keeps absolutely killing me when I'm seeing pictures of the window.
The gorgeous stained glass sort of little picture frame thing.
Just this lineup of scary men in masks that are absolutely terrifying, and Freddy Fazbear.
With the microphone.
He just looks so funny, it's killing me. Not to say that he's not scary, he just looks so funny, I can't get over it. I just love the idea of being in that game and experiencing it. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Surely it can be done up like a pizzeria and stuff like that. They're gonna have all the animatronics. I've made friendship bracelets, one for each character, the original characters, because I'm not making that many more bracelets. I've already made 50.
There are so many characters now at this point.
But I think it's going to be really, really cool. I think they can do some really cool stuff with that, and holding out hope for an actual pizzeria we can go and, well, you can probably eat at, probably not me, but I can smell the pizza, so.
Yeah, just to echo you, I did play it when it came out and got into the whole YouTube thing of watching people playing it.
Markiplier mostly.
And Markiplier. I'm glad you liked the film as well. I really liked the film. It had a lot to do because it had to introduce it to people who had never played the games before.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I can understand some criticism that people saying it's not scary enough. I think the new one, which I think they might squeeze in just a little bit of what might be coming in Five Nights 2 at the end of this house, because that's a perfect opportunity in which to do it. I just think for me it's the story above everything else that is only ever implied in that first game. I think in the film obviously makes it a lot clearer what happened.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about the story, to be fair, until we saw the film.
Yeah, and I think as well, and the fact that they are literally getting the Jim Henson production company who made the actual suits, because I think a lot of people are saying, oh, will it be animatronics or people in suits? It's like, but it was mostly people in suits. They just looked that good that you thought they were animatronics. But I'm sure there'll be other little twists and things on it as well, because, unlike I said in other park, you haven't royally screwed over any Jim Henson contributions.
We're
a bit sore over Muppets being closed just before we managed to get there. I think it has the potential to be probably the most fun.
Yeah.
You know, will it be the scariest? No, I don't think so. But I just think I'm just going to be so enraptured by how good it looks, and just feel like you're in the film and the game.
Yeah.
And if it does that, then that's all I really want realistically out of a house, and a great property to have as well. So your number 1?
My number 1, this is when I say our lists are very different. My number 1 is Grave of Flesh.
Oh gosh, I never would have picked that one.
Like I say, I didn't have like a standout, and I think this and Five Nights at Freddy's are on a level, and Almost Dolls. And I think for me, this is similar to Dolls in the immersion of it. Like Dolls being, we're down to the size of a doll and we're going in. This, like, we're at our own funeral or in our own grave. It's going to be claustrophobic. That makes me really excited, like that immersion and all the smells and everything like that. That's the kind of stuff that I think I really enjoy from the houses. So, yeah, I might be very, very wrong. It might make its way down the list, but that was kind of when I was writing stuff down, I compared it. That's how I did it. I just sat and listed them and compared them to each other. And I was like, actually, yeah, this one's up here. So it was this one and Dolls and Five Nights at Freddy's, really. Those top three are kind of the ones I'm very much excited for.
Oh, no, that is exciting to have such different. For me, it's Terrifier. I mean...
Surprise, surprise!
Surprise, surprise. A long time ago when it was rumoured, it's just up there with my sort of dream ones that I could ever conceivably want to have. And I got into the films. I'd seen the short from Damien Leone's one of his other films, The Ninth Circle. I'd seen that a long time ago. That was very creepy. I discovered Terrifier during lockdown and I was just blown away by, gosh, how nasty it was, and unashamedly so as well. But I think a huge thing for me with Art the Clown, people will argue this, they're wrong, and I don't normally say that about people's opinions, but he's not an icon. Yes, he is. It is a completely independent film that is not backed by any major studios or anything like that, and how successful it has been. You know, and I will freely admit this, am I going to be scared to be actually face to face? God, yes.
Not as scared as I am.
Because he is horrible, but at the same time, considering he doesn't say anything, he's unlike Freddy Krueger in that he doesn't talk, but he has just as much charisma. There are times where he is hilarious, and it goes from being
charisma. I wouldn't say charisma.
Oh, he has charisma in spades. He can simultaneously in one scene go from doing something that's absolutely hilarious to absolutely horrifying and oh Jesus Christ at the same time. And House is going to hit a load of his iconic moments from the film. People have said as well, because a lot of from HHN have said it's not been intense enough. And I think if ever there was a house that's going to shut those people up, it's going to be this one. And the fact that there's going to be two paths.
I'm so scared.
Of the wet path or the dry. I mean,
we're taking ponchos.
Yeah, we are taking. They could not have done more, in my opinion. I will say, a big thing I was worried about, and this could still be something that might hinge on where it ends up. I think the actual Art the Clown masks that people sell look shit, but I've seen at a media event they had someone dressed as Art the Clown. You know, it looked as good as it could possibly be without it actually being him. This is going to be the intensity, the laughter at points. I think a definition, both of us, of people who will scream but then be laughing immediately afterwards. That's the type of HHN goer that we definitely are. And that, for me, I hope I'm not wrong, because I'm trying not to build it up too much in my head because I don't want to be disappointed.
I feel like you can't not love it. No. Whatever's in there, you're going to love it. I'm going to hate it, but that's it.
And that's it. Yeah, we've only got the one night, only the few hours, but we're going to make the absolute most of it. We have no idea what the food is. They've released the food very late in the game, so we're probably going to already be there by the time that comes out. I'm sure we'll give you maybe a quick rundown of the sort of things that we're hoping to get. Well, it's free, so we'll try and squeeze in as much as possible. We can.
Obviously, we won't be able to film inside the houses, but we will kind of give little reviews, and we'll probably do a wrap up afterwards. But we'll try and film the night and make it as kind of good as possible.
Yeah. So that's our list. That's our itinerary. That is what we're going to be up to in 6/5 days' time. So thank you very much for watching.
We've got to finish packing. I've got to do 4 more days of work, and then we will be on our way. I keep getting distracted because we have one of our cats, Loki, in the background, being very cute. So on Thursday morning, we've got to take that to the cattery, which is really sad. That's the longest they'll have ever been at the cattery. So I'm sad. I'm going to be like, as soon as we get on the plane, I'm like, I miss the boys. We'll have to do like whoever talks about the cats first pays for dinner. Yeah. But we're really, really very excited. We'll be flying economy delight as well. I don't think we mentioned that at the start of the video, so we can show you that. We'll just show you as much as possible. I'm hoping this little camera is going to be a nice little piece of kit where we can capture everything and capture it well, and hopefully the audio and video of this has been good. Like I said, we're still testing it out, and we will see you. Well, I was going to say we'll see you in Orlando, but we'll see you like at the airport. On the way to Orlando.
Or on the way to the airport.
Yeah, one of those. We'll see you soon though. We'll see you in like 6 days.
Bye.
Bye.